Walia. Call in with your questions at 972-235-5555. That's 972-235-5555. Or email pallavi@yourdesilawyer.com. Call now to get a second opinion on your current case. Miss Ahluwalia received her law degree over 18 years ago, and her office handles cases involving immigration law, family law, business law, contract law, and civil litigation. Call 972-235-5555. That's 972-235-5555. Or email pallavi@yourdesilawyer.com. Questions for the program Your Business Matters with Pallavi Ahluwalia can be in English, Hindi, or Urdu. If you prefer an in-person consultation, call 972-361-0606. Remember to turn off your radio when calling. This is Your Business Matters with Pallavi Ahluwalia from Ahluwalia Law Offices. Want you all to know their number 972-361-0606. Yes, you do have to take an appointment to see her in person with a front desk manager. You do need to take an appointment with them, and their website ahluwalialaw.com, or more simply you can remember it as desilawyer.com. And yes, do remember to call us right now if you have a question in your mind. 972-235-5555. Any question related to employment and family-based immigration matters, family law, corporate law, and civil matters. Anything that is in your mind, just feel free to call us right now. We do have Pallavi on the airwaves of Fun Asia Radio 104.9 FM. She's doing her show remotely, and really I'm very thankful for that. I'm sure the entire community is. A very good morning to you, Pallavi. How are you? Pallavi, are you there? Very good morning to you. All right. It seems like we have probably lost that call. We'll try to get in touch with her. In the meantime, once again, 972-235-5555. Let's take a chance and see if Pallavi is with us indeed. We'll wait for her to call us back. In the meantime, once again, 972-235-5555. That's the number in the studio. All right, we have her back on the airwaves of Fun Asia Radio 104.9 FM. Once again, this is Your Business Matters with Pallavi Ahluwalia from Ahluwalia Law Offices. A very good morning to you, Pallavi. Sorry about that earlier, and thank you for joining us from Washington. Are you there?
No, I'm not in Washington. Mitu, I am remotely in because we're running the H-1B season right now. And while the office is busy, I'm going to be coming in for small updates and coming back on the air.
Okay.
But thank you so much for hosting me on this Wednesday morning. As always, it's Your Business Matters during your show, and we appreciate you hosting us. Now, I know we have the community who has so many questions for us. And before I start taking any calls on the air, just wanted to give a quick update, and this is for the much awaited STEM extension rule, which a lot of students have been waiting for. Now, the STEM extension was under attack and had been, there was a formal rulemaking that had been published, and there was a lawsuit that was associated with this particular extension, and I have an advance copy of this rule, which is going to be the final rule that's going to be published on the 11th of March on this coming Friday. And this is now going to extend the F1 STEM students. They're going to extend the OPT period by 24 months, and it's going to effectively replace a 17-month STEM OPT extension previously that was available to STEM students. Now, STEM students are students that have studied science, technology, engineering, or math, and these are people here on F1 visas who are now getting extended. So the 24-month extension, of course, the government has put in some other requirements that go along with the STEM program, and that's a few of those are that there has to be some formal training plans by employers. They're going to be adding some wage and other protection for STEM OPT students and US workers. And also, just the students who have degrees from accredited schools are the ones that are going to be eligible for the STEM extension. So if it's not an accredited school, then you're not going to be eligible for the STEM extension. So these are a few of those, but if you have calls, Neetu, we can start taking them.
All right, perfect. Sounds good. Once again, 972-235-5555 is the number in the studio. Going to our first caller on Asia Radio. You're live on the air. Please go ahead and ask your question to Pallavi.
Hi, good morning. Thank you to taking my call. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Go ahead, please.
Hi, we are British citizen. We are F1 and F2. My question is, my son and daughter, we had we received a new passport because their passport is not valid. The 5 years is already extension. So my question, do I need to take anything, visa or I-90 for anything?
Yeah, so I couldn't understand the question very well. If you want to repeat that, you're saying that you have your son and daughter on an F1 visa?
Yeah, F2. Yes.
They're F2 visas. You're the F1.
Yeah. And they have received a new passport, British passport, because their passport was not valid, after 5 years they have to change. So we have, and their visa stamp is on the old passport. My question, I need to do anything else for I-94 or I-20?
No, so whenever they step out of the country again, they will be re-entering the country with a new passport, the British passport that you're talking about. Now, they do have the British passport even before, right? They haven't changed nationality in the middle.
Yeah.
Correct? Okay. So then that's fine. The I-94 for them would say during status, because that depends on you maintaining your status. Correct?
That's right.
And you are maintaining your status currently, and if you are, then they should be fine. Whenever they re-enter the country or leave the country next time, they will be re-entering with a new passport but the old visa stamp, so they should still be okay.
So that means we don't need any action to take anything?
No.
Okay.
No, if they have a valid I-94, even if it says, if it does say during status and that status belongs to you, you're fine.
Yeah, it's showing when they have entered this country. That's showing on the I-94, that's all.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. You're so kind. Thank you. I appreciate it.
All the best.
Thank you so much. Going to our next caller. Once again, this is Your Business Matters with Pallavi Ahluwalia. And to get in touch with her, you do need to take an appointment with the front desk manager. 972-361-0606 is the number. Going to our next caller, Phanisha Radio. You are live on the air and do request you to turn off your radio before you ask the question.
Yeah,
All
hi.
right, go ahead.
I have a question I am a PhD holder and I'm on a H-1 with an employer, and
Okay.
some of my friends told me that as a PhD holder, I am eligible to file for a green card, without linking it to any employer. I want to understand, is that true, and if so, what I need to do?
Yeah, so one of the criteria, so what your friends are probably talking about is the EB1 category, that is for an extraordinary ability alien. And there has to be something that the extraordinary ability alien does, and there are about a set of 10 prongs, and if you were to just look for that particular option, you'll see if you qualify for at least 3 of them, then you're eligible to self-file or self-petition. Now, in this case, the point about you having a PhD would at least qualify you for one criteria in which you have been either published or you have something that is patented or unique in what you have researched, obviously with your thesis and your PhD. Besides that, either you've gotten some awards which are either national or international. You've been part of a panel of judges for the work of others. The publication aspect we've kind of gone over. you're a member of associations that require outstanding abilities of their participants or their membership. So those would be the part of the 10 criteria that I'm talking about that you have to qualify yourself for. So go down the list and see if you qualify, and then if you are meeting, we advise you not to just go with 3 criteria, but choose more than 3. Choose 4 or 5 criteria that you meet and then apply for the EB1. It is a long drawn out process. There is a standard that the USCIS uses, which is called the Kazarian standard. It is by a case that was decided some years back. And if you qualify for that, then yes, it's a good category to go for.
Okay, so in that case, can you also suggest me where I can get to see those 10 items that I need to look for?
If you have to self-assess, you can go out to uscis.gov and put in EB1 extraordinary ability and see the criteria that comes up, and or you could just go in for a consultation and just bring in all the paperwork to an attorney, and somebody should be able to assess that for you.
Okay, thanks, sir.
All the best to you.
Thank you so much for your call. Going to our next caller, Phanisha Radio. You are live on the air. Please ask your question to Pallavi.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead and ask your question.
Hi, this is Ashwani, and I have a question. My wife is on L1, and therefore I am on L2, and we both are working. Now, my question is, my wife has applied for an extension for L1, which is expiring in July, and she's also planning to apply for H1 as well through her company, and company is asking to apply, for H1 as well, just in case if L1 doesn't go through. My question is, if both of them get approved, does she have the option of selecting on which visa she wants to be in, be it on L1 or H1? Because if she goes for H1, then I'll be, I won't work. But if she prefers to be on L1, then I can still work. So does she have an option to select out of which visa she can work on?
Yeah, so a couple of things. The H1 will not start for her till October 1st because she has to go through the quota. Okay, she would know about that in May, whether she gets selected end of April, beginning of May, whether she got selected in the quota or not. Okay, now between July, when her L1 expires, and October 1st, there's still a few months, and she does need the L1 to cover her if she has to stay in the country. Okay, or she'll have to step out. Say, for example, she does get selected in the quota and she makes it into the H-1B, she will have to maintain status on the L1, so she will have to file both of them. At some point, if the L1 is still pending and she has a decision on the H-1B, she can definitely switch to an H-1B when the change of status for her is approved, which is the 1st of October.
Right, so if both of them get approved, she still has the option to select any one of them.
Correct. And if she's eligible even right now to file for the L1 because this is the time where it's the 6-month prior rule can be used, and she can get a decision on the L1 and get it extended, and then also file for the H-1B change of status. Now, if she does not have the L1 extended till September 30th, she will get a request for evidence when she files for a change of status from the L to the H1 because of the gap between July and October 1st.
Yes, you are absolutely correct, because my wife has been applied for extension in premium, and she has already got RFE 2 days back. So that's why I was thinking to ask this question, because whether she can go for H1 or not, because I don't want her to go on H1, otherwise I won't be able to work.
Yeah, so resolve the RFE, and if that works, then that's great. Filing for the H-1B, that decision has to be made before March 31st because the government has to receive the file on the 1st of April. And you can leave it pending there. That may just be one of the options she has just in case this L1 does not work.
Right. Okay, got you. Thank you so much, Pallavi. Thank you so much.
All the best.
Thanks, bye.
Good luck to you. Going to our next caller, 972-235-5555 is the number in the studio. To get in touch with Pallavi, the number to call is 972-361-0606. aluwalialaw.com is the website, or simply you can remember it as desilawyer.com. Going to our next caller, Fun Asia Radio. You are live on the air. Go ahead and please ask your question to Pallavi. Fun Asia Radio, you are live on the air. Go ahead and ask your question, please.
Yeah. Hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah. My name is Thomas, and this is regarding my daughter. She is approved for US visa on unmarried sons and daughters. But the problem is that she had married previously, but her marriage was divorced, and we didn't use that visa. But now, after her father's for her citizenship, she was had approved US visa this thing. Hello?
Yes, so I can hear you, and you're breaking up in the middle. She's coming in as unmarried sons and daughters of a U.S. citizen or of a green card holder?
Yes, yeah, US citizen.
U.S. citizen, so F1 category with a priority date of September of 2008. And in the middle, she's gone through a divorce and has gotten remarried, is what you're saying?
No, she had married, and at first she was allowed a visa due to her marriage, but her marriage was divorced.
Okay.
And only after that I had applied for her.
Okay, I got it.
And now she was allotted in my approval, visa approval, her previous visa number was given.
Okay.
So there should be any priority for that, or she can come as soon as possible.
No, so you said that she does have her visa approved currently. She's been through an interview?
No, she has, from Europe, yes, I had got the approval visa, approved notice, but they have sent it to the National Visa Center, and from National Visa Center I didn't get any information, even though it was more than 30 days or now it is more than 80 days or something.
Okay, do you have a copy of that approval notice? Can you look at the priority date for that?
The priority in the priority is 2015 April.
Is that the priority date? Okay, so based on that, no, she could not recapture that priority date that you were looking for. Right now, people that are getting their green cards under the F1 category are in September of 2008. They are the ones who had filed in 2008. Because you refiled for her and the government has given you a new priority date of 2015, that is not a current category. And even though the relationship has been approved, which is the I-130 approval, the NVC will not start this process off till that date gets current in the visa bulletin. And the visa bulletin may take a little while for it to update. So it may be another 6 years or 7 years before, or even 8 years before she can actually come into the country, because right now, again, the date is September of 2008.
And then why they have given the visa number? Because I didn't get any notice from National Visa Center. But in this approval notice, they have given the visa number.
No, this is not a visa number, sir. If you have an I-130 approval notice with you, then that's not a visa number. The I-130 notice is just an approval of the relationship, but I can't obviously see your document unless it's something else.
Okay, ma'am. In that approval notice, they have given a A number.
Yeah, the A number is the case number that has been given to her, but that is just approving the first step of this process. It is not to give her the green card for her to come in yet. The second step from the National Visa Center will not be started or will not complete till that priority date is current on the visa bulletin. Pull up the 2016 April visa bulletin, and that is currently processing at 22nd of September of 2008 for India under the F1 category.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you very much, ma'am.
All the best.
Thank you. 972-235-5555 is the number in the studio. Going to our next caller, Fun Asia Radio. You're live on the air. Go ahead and ask your question, please.
Hey, good morning. Thanks for taking my call. And the question is, I'm a US citizen and I'm trying to sponsor my parents.
Okay.
And my question is to establish my relationship with them. I do have their wedding, the marriage certificate, but they do not have the birth certificate. Do I need that to sponsor them?
Do you need a birth? Yes. So you have to have your birth certificate that shows that those are your parents.
Actually, I do not have the birth certificate, but I do have the affidavit. That's what I used when I applied for my green card.
Yeah.
So can I still use the same one?
No, the evidence changes when you are applying for your parents. You have to have a birth certificate. If you don't have a birth certificate, then you have to have a certificate of non-availability and 2 extra pieces of secondary evidence.
Yeah, I do have it. I do have it, non-availability of birth certificate, and I also have the affidavit from my uncles.
Okay, so 2 affidavits. If you have the high school certificate that...
Yes, I do have that one too.
Yes, so use that as well. And then send in your parents' marriage certificate that also shows that, they are your parents.
Okay, and my question is, do I also have to produce their birth certificate? That's my question.
Yes, so you will have to give that birth certificate at the National Visa Center time. Or if they are applying for an adjustment of status. For the I-130 purpose, it is not a seminal document, but it will be used later.
So I do need a birth certificate of my parents for the later stage.
Correct.
Okay, so right now they do not have it, and they do not have any other elders that can give an affidavit. Is there any other option that I can explore for them?
Yeah, so any other place that gives their date of birth, it could be the Aadhaar card, it could be any other document except for their passport that has their date of birth, any bank document, high school certificates, anything that shows their name as well as their date of birth would be the secondary evidence that you can use.
So Aadhaar card will work, correct?
Yes, yes, Aadhaar card and one more piece of evidence.
My dad has the school certificate and Aadhaar card, but my mom do not have the school certificate. She only has the Aadhaar card. So is that good enough
just
for
explore
her?
to see, is there a ration card or something that has her date of birth? Just look through.
A ration card has the age, not the date of birth.
Okay, but then that would not be accurate. So look through the documents if there are any bank documents anywhere else where she has a full name along with her birth date.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much.
All the best.
Thank you very much. And we have about 2 minutes time for the next caller. Let's quickly take you on air and request you to be very brief and quick. Please ask your question.
Yes, my question is regarding OCI card. I was born in India, and I came in here, and I wanted to know the procedures. What do I need to apply for OCI card?
So the OCI card has its requirements that are on the Indian consulate site. So you'll have to go, and I can give you, that's the Consulate General of India, Houston. If you were to follow the instructions there, this is a process that is ruled by Indian law and not the U.S. law, and it is a scheme that provides for registration of overseas citizens of India. Now, if you want that site, I can give it to you. It is cgihouston.org. So follow the instructions there, and they have some particular instructions. I also know that there is a camp that comes through to Dallas, and they collect a lot of documents here as well. And there is an agency that works with the Indian consulate, King and Cox, or Cox and Kings. They come in here and they collect all the documents. Talk to the India Association and ask them if they're coming, when they're coming next. If they're not, then just go through the website and follow instructions.
Okay. And would I have any problem because my parents came here on a political asylum visa?
I am very sorry to interrupt. Actually, Pallavi, we just have 30 seconds on the clock.
Okay, so real quick, I'll just complete this. Yes, that should not, your parents' asylum will not impact you. It should not impact you. All right?
Okay, thank you.
All
Thank
right.
you.
All the best.
Thank you so much, and thank you, Pallavi, for coming on air. And look forward to seeing you next week.
Hosting me as always so well, and I look forward to being back as well.
All right. Your weekly show.